hold on. It's not a mistake. You're in Golden Nuggets podcast. But today the host became
the hostage.
our guest. Hello, Silvia.
Hello, Steve.
Welcome to your own Golden Nuggets podcast.
Golden Nuggets with Steve.
Well, today we're going to talk about everything related to Golden Nugget. But first, actually, you've been asking everyone about themselves. But you didn't tell us about yourself.
Yeah.
Tell me about a little bit about your background.
Okay, so I am Sudanese, British. I have lived in London for the majority of my life. I moved to Dubai in 2017. I've been in real estate since I was 22. I'm 44 now. And I love real estate. It's been my career. It's been my network. It's been my passion. It's been my everything. So now it's time to give forward.
And tell me about Propology.
Okay.
What's Propology?
Good question, Steve. So Propology, the name, actually originally it was supposed to be Propanopoly. Because I knew that it had to have the word prop. It needed to start with prop, the connection to property, real estate. And I thought, okay, well, kind of, it's like a game. I wanted to kind of gamify it. But then I didn't want to gamify it. I wanted to turn it more educational, like the art and science of real estate. And so when I kind of went down the scientific approach, of course, you have biology, physiology, psychology, sociology, and all these ologies. And I thought, okay, I want to be associated with an ology to do with real estate. And that's how Propology came about. Now, why?
I want to ask you about that. It ends with I, not Y.
Yeah.
Why?
I'll tell you exactly why. Why I, not why. Because I was obsessed with having a .com. It had to be a .com. Worldwide, baby.
She's international.
Yeah, I didn't want .co.uk. I didn't want .ae. I didn't want .net. Anything but .com. So the domain propology with a y.com was not available. I did reach out to the owners of propology.com because there was an active website, well, inactive website perhaps. The company, I think it's a company in Germany. I contacted them, didn't answer, no email reply. So I don't think they exist anymore. So actually, if anyone can help me get propology.com, and we'll change it back to propology with a Y. If anyone can help me get propology.com, the domain, I will reward them handsomely.
So let's do a hashtag, get Silvia Propology with Y.
With a Y. .com. Yeah, I'd love that.
Let's talk about the branding. Why did you choose the yellow color?
Very good question. I chose yellow, not because it's my favorite color. It's not my favorite color. I studied different brands and brand psychology. I got a YouTube degree in this. And I noticed that, brands like banks and real estate companies tend to lean towards the color blue because it instills trust. It's kind of reputation, trust, and these kind of things. And that's not really the angle that I wanted to go down. I wanted to go down or be associated with educational content. So I started looking at colors that are associated with like Harvard University and Cambridge and MIT and so on. And they were more maroon and dark grays and black. And it just didn't sit well enough with me because it felt kind of, PhD level, master's level. And I'm like, no, this is, simple information. It's not that complicated. It's just basic, fun education. And actually, yellow is a color that's associated with a lot of food brands and fast food companies because it's kind of like a getaway and come and sit in McDonald's and have your birthday party here. Or lots of brands use yellow to kind of convey a place to just escape. And I know that there's some other prominent characters in the real estate education space that have way more money than me that probably paid a brand psychologist, a color psychologist, and they use yellow. So, why recreate the wheel? I'm a big fan of not recreating the wheel. So if other successful people in my space are using yellow, I wanted to be associated with that. So we went for this particular shade of yellow, which is FFD 300. That's the
Now
hex
you have the
code. I know
coding
it off
for
by heart.
all graphic designers there.
And then we brought in some supplementary colors, gray and black. So you'll notice all of my Instagram, all of my branding is a mixture of yellow is the primary color, black, gray, and white.
Nice.
That's the
This
reason
is for
behind it.
Propology.
That's
Now,
for
after
Propology.
that, we have golden nuggets.
Right. How
Tell
did the
me
name
about it.
Golden Nuggets come
Yeah.
about? Actually, it wasn't my idea. Well, it was my idea, but it didn't come from me. It was actually my first guest, Ainsley of Off Market Listing Dubai. So he was my first guest. We were on the phone. We were having a talk, a pre-briefing talk about the podcast. And I was like, okay, Ainsley, I need to hurry up and find the name for the show because we're about to record and I still don't have a name. And he was like, well, Silvia, what are you trying to achieve here? And I was like, well, I just want to be full of nuggets dropped constantly throughout each episode. And he's like, oh, what kind of nuggets? And I was like, useful nuggets, golden nuggets for real estate agents and property professionals. He was like, well, there you go. That's your name, Golden Nuggets. And I was like, you're a genius. And then I realized I was the genius because I came up with it. But yeah, that's how Golden Nuggets was birthed. It was actually my first guest who inspired me to vocalize it.
Nice.
Thank you, Ainsley.
Thank you, Ainsley, also. We're going to talk about each guest from season
We
1.
will. We'll spill the beans on each episode.
But tell me first, why Golden Nuggets? What is the purpose of the episodes and for the podcast in general?
Actually, the podcast was part of the Propology product. And the Propology product is me giving back to the real estate industry because I have benefited all these years from this industry. I have grown up and learned from the best. And it was a shame to kind of see some of that heritage knowledge or style go to waste. So I thought, okay, the least you can do is pass it back. And I thought, how can I get my 22 years of experience condensed into bite-sized chunks that other people can benefit from. So it's kind of a bit like charity work, but it's not all for free. So on my social media, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, shorts and long form videos. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook.
You're everywhere.
I'm everywhere. And I hope that real estate agents and property professionals, if they just learn one thing from me, my work is done. But I hope they learn lots from me and they enjoy my style. And I'm not for everyone. But yeah, I've had a lot of great feedback. People have adopted some of the tips that I've given them. And yeah, so the purpose of Propology, the main product, is going to be the online platform, the online subscription space. So you will become a member of the Propology space. There'll be online courses, there'll be little toolkits, there'll be downloadable templates, there'll be downloadable information every single month. I looked at the space and I saw that there were other real estate trainers charging up to 8,000 dirhams for online courses. And, if you need a real estate course or if you need training in real estate, you probably don't have 8,000 dirhams to spend on a course. So I'm making it very affordable, Netflix subscription affordable, and it's down to me to make sure that I keep dropping golden nuggets and adding value every single month, because you can just cancel at any time. It's down to me to make sure that you stay a member. And so I'm going to keep sharing my years and years of experience and other people's experience. It's not just what I've learned from me, it's what I've learned from other people.
You didn't launch any course yet, right?
Not yet. It's coming soon. I've targeted myself to launch it by the end of November 2023. And if you're listening to this on the 1st of December 2023 and my course is not published,
she will kill me.
it's my fault. I'm a bit of a procrastinator. And pull me up on it, please, because I need to be accountable. End of November, it's going to launch. And that's the thing, actually. I am a procrastinator. I'm not perfect. And I discovered that I love the podcast, which is why I've done so many so far. We're on our nine. We've done 9 podcasts so far. And yet I still haven't published a single course because I enjoy podcasting. I hate scripting. And it's the scripting that needs to come before the course. So that's why I'm guilty of procrastination. I hold my hands up, but it will come by the end of November.
But people can pre-subscribe now,
Yeah,
right?
you can pre-register on propology.com, propology with an I, until someone gets me propology with a Y. So pre-register. I have a long waiting list of people ready for my content. I just haven't gone live yet. So that's coming soon. But pre-register just to let me know that you're interested, and you will be the first to hear about the course once it's launched by the end of November.
So it's all about golden nuggets and very educational information you're providing there. You like to give free consultation for people?
Not free consultation, but I like giving away my free information, free advice to a large audience rather than on a one-on-one basis. So one-on-one, you pay, but on my Instagrams, on my YouTube, on my socials, it's all free advice.
How did you know that you want to teach people?
I tell you how I discovered my purpose. I actually did this Japanese concept called Ikigai. It's like a process of determining your purpose in life. And it comes from a city in Japan where people live the longest. I think the city might be called Ikigai. I don't know. But it's spelled Ikigai. Ikigai. I'm sure we're going to put some graphics up here of what it entails. So it's made up of 4 parts, and these 4 parts define your purpose. The number 1 is
What you love.
What you love. Number 2 is what does the world need. Number 3 is what you can be paid for. And number 4 is what you're good at. Yes. So when you mix all of these up together, I came up with, well, I like, I'm very knowledgeable at real estate, property, building connections, customer service, marketing. I'm good at all of this. I have a lot of experience in all of this. What does the world need? The world needs better real estate professionals. What can I get paid for? This, online courses, everything that I'm doing. And what do I love? I love performing. I love entertaining. I love educating. I love giving back. So that's how Golden Nuggets and Propology were born.
Very nice. And you're a very cute teacher. Usually we know teachers that, no, he's going to teach me. You do it in a
You would turn up to school on time if I was your teacher, yeah?
Yes.
Good.
Do it, guys. Let's go back to Golden Nuggets now. Mm-hmm. Tell me about the guests. How do you choose your guests?
Okay, that's...
I guess this is a hard thing to do because the podcast has so many golden nuggets there.
Correct.
So
actually, it's funny because the first episode, the theme was we come up with an idea that after every golden nugget that we released, we were going to have it was going to pause and you were going to say...
With the voice tag like, Golden Nugget release.
Right? That was what was going to happen at the end of every Golden Nugget release.
And guess what?
Thinking that it would be like 3 to 10 Golden Nuggets per episode. But mashallah, Ainsley's episode had 33 Golden Nuggets. And when we played it back with the little Golden Nugget released, it was so annoying to hear it 33 times in one episode. And actually one of my friends was like, you got to drop that, get rid of that. It's annoying as So we decided, made an executive decision to cancel it. But that's the beauty of it, is that each episode has so many golden nuggets that we stopped even counting.
Okay, great. As long as we started with Ainsley, let's talk about each episode. So tell me a little bit highlights
Okay.
for these episodes.
All right. Well, let's
And
talk
let's
about.
start with the non-published one.
Start with the non-published one. Oh
Yeah.
my God, he's gonna kill me. Okay. We recorded 8 episodes of Golden Nuggets for season 1, but we only published 7. There was one episode that unfortunately did not make the cut for numerous reasons. I was off my game. The guest was off their game. We actually got to the point of editing it, watching it back, and I was like, this is terrible. I can't publish this. But I thought, let me just check in with him, Yasha, if you were watching. And I was like, Yasha, I've just listened to it. We were terrible. And I was like, and you know what you do a lot? You say, you know. And he was like, yeah, people have told me that before. So it was actually, he probably said, maybe 1,000 times in the episode. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm just having an off day or whatever. I'm going to send it to you. You listen to it. Let me know what you think. I sent it to him and he was like, he called me back and he was like, I couldn't even listen past the 5th minute. And I was like, thank you. So we made a joint decision not to publish the episode, but he did have some really good golden nuggets. So we're going to add them we're going to kind of create some content with them anyway. The full episode didn't kind of fit together to form a podcast, but he did have some really good nuggets, golden nuggets. So we will find a way to drop them. But his story, why I got him on was because he actually, he was a real estate agent. He was a real estate agency owner before he was a real estate agent. So he kind of done it the reverse, where he owned a real estate company before actually being a real estate agent. And there were so many lessons in that episode where he kind of reveals how expensive it is to be an agency owner, and all the kind of things that people don't think about when you're an ambitious real estate agent. You think, the next step is I'm going to own my own agency, but you have no idea how difficult it is. So we're going to find a way to drop those golden nuggets in. But yeah, there was one episode that didn't make the cut. Sorry, Yasha. But we both agreed it wasn't good for either of us.
Right.
So
the first one was Ainsley.
So the first one was Ainsley. Ainsley, bless him, that episode took like 3 hours to produce. I think the final version was like 56 minutes. We did cut quite a bit, and actually that was where I released the dirtiest word in real estate. And I've got a teaser coming up. I did ask him the question, is there a dirtier word? And he was like, no. And then later on, he did say, I have got a dirtier word. So that was the best podcast ever because it was my first. And I couldn't have wished for a better debut guest because Ainsley was so patient with me. I'd never done it before. I was super nervous. There were so many things that we needed to keep recording, re-recording, editing, stopping, breaking. So it was painful to record. I bet it was even more painful for you to edit. But we got a really good episode in the end. So that was episode 1.
Episode 2 was with Christiana.
That was super cool.
Yes.
Because she has nothing to do with real estate.
That's my question.
She had nothing to do with real estate. But again, it doesn't just have... Look, I didn't want a podcast. I've seen all the other real estate podcasts. They're all agency owners or, real estate companies pushing their agenda, which is buy from us, rent from us, come work for us. And that's not helpful to anyone. I wanted to create a podcast that actually helps real estate professionals. So we don't just learn from within the industry, we learn from other industries. And to me, and I'd met Christiana a month before we recorded, and her story was fascinating to me. Her industry was fascinating to me because I saw so many synergies and similarities between matchmaking and real estate. These are the 2 biggest decisions you'll make in your life, who you marry or who you end up with and where you're going to live. So I thought this will make an interesting episode. We come together and we talk about how the two industries are so symbiotic. So that was a pretty cool episode. And she's a great talker. She's a great talker.
She probably is.
Yeah, she's done a few podcasts. So she came with some experience. So it was my second episode. I still wasn't there. And I'm still not there. I still have like really bad habits.
No, come on.
I blink a lot. That's annoying. And then I do this a lot. You did it today 3 times. 3 times I did it today. See, it's just habits. And it might make it look like I'm somewhere else or I'm not really interested, but it's just a habit. And actually it's me just trying to revolumize my hair for the camera. It's not me losing interest. And I have a bad habit. This hand is always doing this. So I need something to kind of, keep my hands together.
We're in season 2. So
progress. And the other habit, I interrupt people so bad. So I'm working on that. So I'm trying not to cut people off. So Christiana's episode, that was good fun. That's a must watch.
Yeah. Before I continue with the guests, you didn't publish the episodes with the same order.
That I recorded them in?
Yeah. You recorded Khadija at the last and then you publish it at the beginning. And then how do you decide which one will be the first one?
So I was conscious of making an even, because I realized that I had less men than women. So I wanted to somehow kind of balance the male-female ratio, even though I had less men. But I didn't want it to be man, woman, female, female, and then man. So we did it man, woman, man.
Okay. What was your favorite episode between the 7 episodes that we uploaded? We have 8, but
we have 8. That was the worst, the one that didn't make the cut. My best was Khadija, honestly, but this is not to take away from any of my other guests, but Khadija is the one that I've known the longest. I've known her for 7 years, and we are friends outside of it. So it was the most relaxed podcast episode we shot, and we laughed so much in that episode. So that was my favorite to record.
In recording, it was the second one the same day, and we were late at night.
True, it was late at night.
It was so funny.
It was, we were tired, but we kept the energy going, and it was good fun.
Let's talk about her. She was the third.
No, she was the
third.
She was the third.
Yeah,
so
the fourth
we actually recorded her 4th, and when I published her, that's when Yasha called me and he was like, did I not make the cut? And I was like, no, we're still working on editing yours, but we edited Khadija's faster. And that's when I realized that episode 4 was going to be episode 3. And I slowly got into my groove after episode 4. So Yasha that episode didn't make the cut, not purely because of him. It's like 50-50, me and him. We were not on our game that day. So
yes, you had also a recruiter.
To that was episode 4,
which is episode
Shervin. 4. Shervin, I've known him for a while. He's very ambitious. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's seen it all. And I thought it's really important for people, that we're addressing not just people that are in the industry, but people that are thinking of getting into the industry. And between him and myself, we've probably seen 1 million CVs in our professional careers. And we know what's terrible. We know what's great. And we thought, just share the knowledge. Tell people the common mistakes people are making in their CVs, the common mistakes they're making in interviews, and common mistakes that can be avoided in their careers. So that was a really useful episode.
With so many golden nuggets there also.
So many golden nuggets.
By the way, in the description below, you'll have links for each episode, so you can just jump to it and see what
That's
we're talking
on
about.
you. You're going to have to make that happen because...
Talking about technology and things like these, The sixth or the fifth episode was with the I forgot her name.
We keep
This
calling her the
lady.
Apple Lady.
The Apple
all
Lady.
right. Steve is obsessed with the brand Apple.
Big time.
Okay. The Apple Lady is actually Caroline Tinkle. She is not of Apple anymore. She's of Bayut. She's the director of the Bayut Academy. But she was a trainer at Apple. So Steve kind of held on to the fact that she worked for his idol,
my
Steve
favorite.
Jobs.
Yes.
And so whenever we were talking about her editing, and he's like, oh, the Apple Lady, the Apple Lady. And I'm like, yes, the Apple Lady, Caroline. So yeah, her episode was, I loved her delivery. She's so good at she's a proper trainer, teacher. So the way that she explains things, and it was funny. That episode was funny. You won't know this, but Caroline had actually broken her ankle
Yes.
a couple of weeks before we recorded. So she came in trainers, but she was like,
Zoom in.
Zoom in. Do not show my trainers. I'm sitting here in my trainers. Do not show my trainers. And then, unfortunately, part of her trainer slipped into the reel. So when I posted it, she was like, "You got my trainer," and I was like, "Sorry, only for the reel, not for the final episode." So in the YouTube video, you don't see her trainers, but in the reels, in the shorts,
BTSs.
the BTSs. They were in the BTSs, not in
Yes.
the reels. So yeah, that was funny. But yeah, that was plenty of golden nuggets. Really informative episode.
Right. After that, we had Fabrizio.
Fabri.
Fabri.
She's my darling. I adore her. So her story was a true, like, rags to riches story. Everybody loves a rags to riches story. And she just joined real estate, the industry, in November last year. Like less than a year she's been doing this. And already she has like 100,000 followers on Instagram. She's made over $1 million in commission. She's got a good brand, a good name for herself. She's killing it on social media. She's super hardworking, dedicated, ambitious, everything. And she's gorgeous, and she's authentic. She's got tattoos all down her neck, she's sleeve, and she's owning it, you know? She's just embracing her uniqueness. And that's what I really admire about her. She's not trying to copy paste, not trying to be like everybody else. She's owning herself. And yeah.
Nice. And finally, we ended it with
the legal lady. Yeah.
Legal
So
lady,
I probably should have said like, oh, it's boring. And law is a bit boring, but I felt like it was a really important episode to finish with, the one with Majdel Musa, who is one of the instructors on Think Prop Academy. And I'm also an instructor on the Think Prop Academy. She has way more experience than me. She used to be a lawyer as well, so she knows her stuff. So I thought it was a nice ending to kind of keep everyone out of hot water. There's a lot of obligations and responsibilities that real estate agents have and property professionals have. So I thought, let's just wrap up with the nitty-gritty of Dubai property laws.
So these were the 7 guests of season 1.
Correct.
Season 2.
The 7 published episodes.
Yes.
Yeah, there were 8 that were made, but 7 published.
What about season 2?
Season
How many
2?
Guests you'll have?
Okay, so season 2, there's going to be 10 episodes, and I'm calling it the Proptech season. It's going to be all about technology and making property professionals aware of what technology is available for them. AI and non-AI technology, apps, PropTech startups that we have in the region that not only improve your credibility as a real estate professional, but also some of them, there's something in it for you. In some cases, it's an additional source of income. Yeah. So we're going to be bringing those to you and letting them know how they make the industry better, how they make your customers' journey better, and of course, what's in it for you.
That's what I like about Golden Nuggets episodes and podcast, because it's related to real estate, but not in a direct way.
Yeah.
So
we're not helping buyers, tenants. We're not, my audience is very specific. I'm targeting real estate professionals ambitious and aspiring. And, I'm not targeting people that have years and years of experience. Everyone should learn. You always continue to learn. And I don't believe education stops at any particular point in your career. But it's not easy to, what did they say? A leopard, is this a leopard? It's hard for a leopard to change its spots, or a leopard can't change its spots. So I'm not focusing on people with years and years of real estate experience. I'm focusing on the people that are thinking about getting into real estate or are in their first year, 2 years. They're struggling, they need a few tweaks, they don't really know where they're going wrong, and they need a bit of hand-holding and guidance. So that's my audience.
Perfect. And what's next?
What's next is the courses and the online membership forum platform.
Pre-register, don't forget.
Pre-register. The link is here. More editing work for you. More podcasts. Maybe even a TV show. Who knows? Oprah Winfrey, you better watch out.
Are ready for that.
You better watch out, Oprah. I'm coming for your crown. I'm coming for your crown, Oprah. So, yeah.
Talking about zoning, what do you like most about us?
I tell you what I like about you guys, because I did interview, I'm very efficient. I did interview a few other podcast studios and didn't feel right. So there was one company, it was actually Russians. Nice setup, good quality output, but I felt there was a language barrier. And I was like, oh, I'm very hands-on, so you all need to get me. It's very important that the studio that I ended up working with got me. And then actually you guys were recommended by a friend, and he was like, you've got to speak to these guys. Don't sign with the other company. Speak to these guys. They're great. They've done some podcasts with me before, and they're handling my social media. So I was like, okay. And then when I came and met you guys, I immediately felt at home. The location of the studio was convenient for me. They really bent over backwards to make me happy, because one of my prerequisites was I want a podcast, but I do not want to look like all the other podcasts out there. So they were like, fine, we'll give you your own setup. And I was like, give me a setup, but if I catch this setup on any other, so I've signed the exclusive rights to this little arrangement. And I did bring my own little things, to add little touches. Anything that's gold here, that's mine.
This setup will be fixed until you finish all your episodes.
Yeah, but the thing is, your lease is expiring in February 2024. So
yes, we're moving to another big studio.
Another big studio. It'll need my sign off before you sign that lease. So, yeah.
Of course.
But yeah, so you guys gave me confidence.
You so much. You're one of our favorite clients. Oh. And we don't treat them as a clients. We are family. So why did you move to Dubai?
Okay, this is a cute story, actually. So I've got quite a lot of aunts and uncles that have been in the UAE since the 70s. And so I have cousins my age, a little bit younger. So since 2000, every year or 2 years, there was a wedding in Dubai. And I'd come here and I think the first time I came was in 99, and then I came back in 2002, and I was like, oh my God, I've never been somewhere for the second time and not recognized it. And then I came back again in 2005, and I was like, whoa, hold on. I've been here before. I don't recognize any of this. And it kept changing so quickly. It was developing so fast. I couldn't keep up. Back again in 2007, and then I'd come for holidays, and then I'd come for the Grand Prix, and then I'd come for, when I'm en route to Sudan, I'd stop off in Dubai whenever there'd be a wedding in Sudan. And then in 2017, I came in March after a wedding in Sudan. I spent a week here, and when I was leaving to go back to London, I was on a night flight, and so as we took off, the plane was kind of tilted, and I could see Burj Khalifa sparkling in the night, and a tear rolled down my eye.
Oh.
And from that tear just rolling down my eye, I was like, I'm not happy in London. And that tier is telling me, move to Dubai. And, I've held like very high roles in London. I'm very organized. I'm very responsible. I wouldn't leave a job without having another one lined up. But I immediately came back and I handed in my resignation. I had nothing to go into, but I was just like, it starts with my resignation. My resignation period my notice period was like 3 months. So I was like, just resign. And then it'll fall together. Everything will fall into place. And everything did fall into place. And I moved in July. So I literally came in March, tier, April, resigned. July, I was here with a job. And the rest is history.
You love Dubai, of course.
I love Dubai.
Nice.
And when I go home, it's painful. I miss my family, of course. I miss London. I miss some things about London, but we're really spoiled here. So I've become a bit of a brat when it comes to, everything is delivered, everything is convenient, everything is easy. So when I go to London, everything is so difficult. So I don't think I'll be in Dubai forever, ever. But I can't
there's something magical about the city.
Yeah, it's very addictive.
It's very addictive.
And as you said, as I said, it keeps changing. It's developing so quickly, quicker than anywhere else in the world. So it's my place for now.
Well, that's a very nice story.
Isn't it cute?
Tell me, what is your favorite podcast?
Apart from my own.
Golden
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO. Super good.
Nice.
It's my favorite. And it's probably the number one podcast out there, but he's got some really interesting guests, lots of golden nuggets. Maybe he should call it Golden Nuggets with Steve Bartlett. And they're like an hour and a half long, some of them. But yeah, really good. I just kind of play them in the background and take what I need from them.
Nice. What about your favorite music?
My favorite. I love old school garage.
Mm-hmm.
Old school garage, R&B, hip hop. That's me. I don't like them much. None of the new stuff, but like 90s R&B and hip hop. And new stuff, I like Drake, Rihanna, Beyonce.
Beyonce, of course. She's
Bryson Tiller.
Queen.
Who else?
Najwa Karam.
Najwa Karam? Who is that?
She's a very famous...
Wait, you played one in your... There was something that you played the other day. Actually, it was one of Tony's stories, and I downloaded it. It was something about
شغل موسيقى.
Bayut el-Nom or something. No, Shireen. It was Shireen. This one, قلة النوم.
قلة النوم. وبعدين بقى في قلة النوم.
واليوم الملخبط ده. This one.
روح. This is the vibe of zoning all the time. She knows the song. Nice.
الله الله قلة النوم واليوم الملخبط ده شغل لي قوي وحكيت اسمي. Okay, right, back to...
Nice. We were dancing.
We were dancing. Yeah.
Nice. What about your favorite platform, like social media platform?
It's hands down Instagram. That's my safe space. I understand it. I'm very comfortable in it. I had to set a limit for myself, a 1 hour limit each day, which I ignore each day, but that's my favorite.
What's your favorite feature in Instagram?
My favorite feature on Instagram, from an analytics perspective, I love the saves.
The saves? I thought you'll say the followers, the likes.
No. I'm not interested in these metrics. I'm not interested in these metrics. The only metric that makes my heart go all like fuzzy is the saves. Because I know that people are like, they see something and they're like, I need to keep that. I need to keep that. Yeah. So that means a lot to me.
Nice. And
of course, I like followers and likes and shares and things, but saves has a special space in my heart.
Nice. So everyone save her stories, her reels, her photos, her everything.
and share. Like, share, and subscribe too.
You can share.
But I really pay attention to saves.
Great. And that was it.
That's it.
Nice.
The tell-all is done. The season 1 tell-all.
And now you'll be back to your seat, and then
that's it.
You'll be a host again.
The hostage becomes the host again.
Okay.
That was
great.
fun.
I'll go back behind the camera to finish season 2.
Wrap it all up and,
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Bye.